Welcome back to the TLB Sports way too early predictions for the 2024 NFL season. Today we're going to be covering the NFC North. We already did the AFC East in the last video, and we've done all of the NFC teams. So make sure you check those out right after you watch this one. Make sure to leave a like and let's get started. The Baltimore Ravens. Has Lamar Jackson proved he's not a playoff choker? I guess since the Chiefs ended up winning it all, it looks a little bit better. But do I think Lamar actually played like an NFL MVP caliber player? Absolutely not. The Ravens defense carried Lamar, including in the AFC Championship, where they held the Chiefs to 0 points in the second half, but Lamar still couldn't get it done. It wasn't completely his fault, as Zay Flowers decided getting to the one was close enough before dropping the football. And I will say Lamar has improved in the passing game now that he has a legitimate wide receiver one in Zay Flowers. This duo is going to continue to improve, and they're going to continue to surround Lamar with weapons, hopefully. I don't see Lamar being in contention for MVP unless we see another season of subpar quarterback play from literally everyone else in the NFL. The defense will continue to bail Lamar out when he needs it and make him look like a much better quarterback than he actually is. Record 13-4, Lamar is not a proven playoff quarterback and will not be winning a championship this season either. The Cincinnati Bengals, quite possibly the return of the King of the North. Joe Burrow is entering his 5th season in the NFL and hopefully begins this season healthy. It's apparent that this calf injury played a huge part in his performance to begin this past season. He struggled to extend plays and he struggled to use his mobility to help win games. T. Higgins is of course franchise tagged, and the Bengals are preparing to take a cap hit on Joe Burrow's new contract, and they're going to have to think about how to proceed with Jamar Chase now. But my delusional fantasy for the Bengals is to reunite Chase and Burrow with Justin Jefferson, giving him the competent quarterback that he deserves. Of course, I don't really think that's possible. I'm just completely out of my mind. And it's once again the same story of trying to give Joe Burrow protection and allow the Bengals to put up a fight in the most competitive division in football. If Burrow stays healthy, they retain or add weapons, and the defense improves, it gives them a fighting chance against the Ravens. Record 11-6, I could see their season ending in the wildcard round, but a second Cinderella championship run isn't out of the question. Yo, we're just halfway through this division, so I just wanted to say thank you for watching if you've made it this far, and please would you consider subscribing? It would mean the world to me, but I don't want to bother you guys anymore, so let's continue. The Cleveland Browns. This past season did not go how the Browns expected, as Deshaun Watson was supposed to play his first full season with the Browns while on his 5-year, $230 million guaranteed contract. And he came out looking rusty, but ultimately showed flashes of his former self, most notably in the comeback win against the Ravens, where he played through his shoulder injury that he later decided to have season-ending surgery for. Before the Deshaun Watson incident, the Browns also lost Nick Chubb, and for multiple weeks experimented with different backup quarterbacks as Deshaun Watson sat out due to not being 100% healthy. Eventually, things came together with Joe Flacco looking like he could take the Browns all the way, especially with that elite defense. Myles Garrett, who some say should not have been Defensive Player of the Year, wrecked opposing offenses for at least the first half of the season. Flacco also unlocked the true potential of David Njoku, who balled out and will hopefully carry over that role to start the season with Watson. Amari Cooper also had his 1 or 2 dominant games like usual that makes everyone think he's still a good wide receiver. Assuming Nick Chubb makes a full recovery, they retain Kareem Hunt again, and Deshaun comes back at least competent, they have a shot to keep things close in the AFC North, but they have no shot of actually winning it. Record 10-7, this just feels like a team that should miss the playoffs, and the Deshaun Watson experiment lives on for another season. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Is it time to admit Kenny Pickett was a terrible pick and the Steelers reached for a guy instead of waiting it out for other prospects in a future draft? Maybe not for some delusional Steelers fans. Although I do wish Kenny Pickett finished out the season post Matt Canada to see what he was truly capable of. That's just a huge what if now for the Steelers. They can elect to run it back again with Kenny Pickett, but due to his injury and being unable to see whether or not the guy can actually throw multiple touchdown passes in a game after Matt Canada was fired, it just seems like a huge risk, and it could be a huge waste of time. Mason Rudolph looked good in place of Pickett, and unfortunately Mitch Trubisky is just not a good quarterback. The Steelers have a lot of offensive weapons, most of them still on rookie deals, which isn't ideal when you're experimenting to find your next franchise quarterback. And although the Steelers are coached well under Mike Tomlin, it also seems like keeping players' egos in check is much harder for him than in the past with Juju and Antonio Brown. Deontay Johnson and George Pickens have made it very obvious they don't enjoy wasting their time with guys under center who don't perform well or clueless offensive coordinators. And of course, TJ Watt will be back, and he'll play well enough to be snubbed for Defensive Player of the Year yet again. Record 10-7. It's a close battle for last place with the Browns, and Mike Tomlin has yet another winning season. So that covers the AFC North. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know what you agree on and what you disagree on. And if you missed any of the other division predictions, check them out, and please, please, please subscribe. Thank you guys.